The New England Patriots are currently dealing with a slew of injuries on their offensive line and may be exploring additional options to bolster their depth and provide some stability. As of right now, the Patriots are dealing with no David Andrews, Jake Andrews, Cole Strange, Caedan Wallace is on IR, and with Vederian Lowe injured again, there are some questions. Plus, Michael Jordan is still beat up. Now, the Patriots have made some moves to bolster the line with depth and have found some gems. In addition to signing Liam Fornadel from the UFL, they've also claimed Trey Jacobs and Zach Thomas on roster cutdowns to their 53-man roster. The Patriots have also brought in Caleb Jones, Bryan Hudson, and Jalen McKenzie on the practice squad. In addition, they have also signed guys off other teams' practice squads to their 53-man roster, such as Ben Brown and Lecitus Smith. So looking at it right now, I think they have enough bodies to put out a line out there on Sunday. But right now, I think we're looking at maybe Trey Jacobs back there at left, or Zach Thomas is back out there. Then at left guard, you got Michael Jordan who could be there. You got City So. I think Ben Brown should be good at center again this week. At right guard, you got Big Mike. Now you have Trey Jacobs who could stay at the right tackle, or maybe they decide to put Onwenu out at right tackle again. Maybe have So or Robinson go back in at right guard. There's also the option of Caleb Jones getting elevated to play right tackle, or maybe even McKenzie. But with key players banged up or unavailable, and just inconsistency becoming an issue, the team could be looking at available talent from other teams' practice squads, or maybe just some free agents. I'm going to go and highlight some linemen who could be viable options to help shore up the Patriots' offensive front. These players bring a mix of size, versatility, or untapped potential, and with the right opportunity or another opportunity, they could make an impact on New England's system, and at least get them through this epidemic of injuries. All right, let's get started. First one, Josiah Israem, who was drafted by the Saints but is currently on their practice squad. He was in my offensive tackle sleepers video for the 2024 draft. This guy boasts exceptional wingspan and impressive athleticism for his size, and I will also make note that he's incredibly raw. He's only played football for a handful of years, but he's 6'6", 329. His wingspan, are you ready? 85.5 inches. Going back, I think the only person I can find that has a bigger wingspan is DeJuan Jones. His arm length is 35 3/4, hands 10 3/4. Now, big dude, but he's still running a 5.1 40, 29.5 inch vert, broad jump, 9'5", and 28 reps in the bench. 28 reps in the bench, and the dude's got nearly 36-inch arms. This guy's big, powerful, athletic, but again, very raw. Has only played a few years of football, but he excels in pass pro. He uses those long arms, and he's got strong hands to control defenders. His combination of size and mobility makes him a great fit for both run and pass schemes, though he'll need to refine his technique. So maybe he's somebody you bring in 53. So maybe you sign him off the Saints, keep him around, see if he's got some potential, and maybe he sticks. I mean, this guy was a drafted player last year, and he's sitting on someone's practice squad. Next, McClendon Curtis, who can play some guard and offensive tackle. He's on the Seattle practice squad, came out a couple years ago. He's another Chattanooga guy, so he played with Cole Strange. Now, he's interesting because, like I said, he played guard, but he's built like a tackle. He's 6'6", 328, has a decent combine score, is very strong, very powerful, 29 reps on the bench. Another guy who's got really long arms, 35 inches, and he's got 10.25-inch hands. So he's got the build for a tackle, but he's played some guard. Really strong in the run game and decent in pass pro, but I think it would be a perfect fit for the Patriots' run-heavy system. Next, Donovan Jennings. The Patriots brought him in for a 30 visit before the 2024 draft, so they were on his radar. They've talked to him. He played tackle at USF, but Green Bay has him listed at guard, and when you look at his build, that supports it. He's 6'4", 323. His arm length is 33 inches, so, past the threshold, but, still not on the long side. 9.25-inch hands, benched 28 times, very fast and agile, though. 5.02 on the 40, good feet. His 3-cone was 7.6, which is really good for a guy that size. But again, this guy has some tackle flexibility, but could bolster the guard position. Again, if they're thinking they have to go with Onwenu for the foreseeable future at right tackle. Next, Theo Benedette, another guy I highlighted in my sleeper video last year. You might have seen him this last season for the Bears for Hard Knocks. 6'6", 320, so he's got the general size for tackle, but he does have length for guard. He's like 32 inches for his arm length. Big dude though, big, strong, very athletic. 4.6 on the shuttle. His vert was 34.5 and 9'6" for his broad. He's got some decent tape, and he actually did a really great job a couple years ago at the Shrine Bowl, but he went back to one more year for college in Canada. But he could be someone you can sign to the 53 off the Bears practice squad. Next, we have Aneem Dankwa. Right now, he's on the Commanders practice squad. I think he was originally on the Eagles, UDFA guy. Another guy I highlighted last year in my offensive tackle sleeper video. This guy's nearly 6'8", 353 pounds. Another guy with massive wingspan, 85.5, arm length over 35 inches. But unfortunately, extremely raw. His footwork needs work. But physical strengths make him an intriguing prospect for power blocking schemes. But with further refinement, he has potential to be a depth tackle. I was pounding the table for them to get him at UDFA. Eagles got him. Commanders have him now. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have somebody to bring him in, at least to see what he can do at the NFL level. Give him a shot. Next, Mike Edwards. He's on the Bills right now. Offensive guard with tackle flex. You're talking about big, strong, heavy dude. Mike is massive. I did a whole analysis video on him last year. Powerful guard with that tackle flex who excels in the run game. Really reliable in those short yardage situations. This guy is able to move bodies. He's 6'6", 363 pounds, arm length 35 inches, hand size 10 2/3. For being that big, that guy ran a 7.53 cone. Extremely elite for a dude that weighs 363 pounds. I was pounding the table for him to be a UDFA pickup, but the Bills got him. Another situation where if Onwenu is being bumped out the right tackle, maybe Edwards can come in at guard. Again, just somebody you can keep an eye on. All right, next, Stephen Jones, offensive guard out of Oregon. He's currently on the Jaguars practice squad. He was one of my favorite guards last year in the draft. I don't understand how he went UDFA. I mean, he's not super athletic, but he earned the second highest pass blocking grade in 2023 at the FBS level. No sacks allowed. He is strong in one-on-one matchups and is dependable both run and pass protection. Another guy, I was pounding the table for him to be a UDFA pickup. I don't know why they didn't do it, but he's 6'5", 342, 34.5-inch arms, nearly 11-inch size hands, super powerful, good punches, and he actually has some tackle flexibility as well. He played that before Connerly and Cornelius showed up at Oregon. Austin Deckles, I believe he's on the Saints practice squad. He's a 2022 draft guy. Played right tackle at LSU. Big, physical, tough blocker with good strength. Really great with run blocking, but does need to improve his footwork against quicker edge rushers and pass. There is an issue there. But in general, very athletic, very powerful. Could be one of those guys that's, hey, he's been at the NFL level for a couple years now. He knows what's going on. Could be a decent depth pickup for right tackle. After that, we have some free agents to keep an eye on. We got Daryl Simpson, which I'm surprised they haven't brought him in for a practice squad. Big dude, 6'6", 350. Played left and right tackle, I believe. He was out of Tulsa. He was on the Ravens in the preseason. Big, heavy hands. Pass protection does need some refinement, but if it's just simply for depth, not a bad idea. Another massive human being that I highlighted last year, Bray Walker, who played some guard and obviously can play some tackle. This guy is an absolute monster. You're talking 6'6", 370. Not moving fast, but he's got the length, nearly 36-inch arms, and was able to bench 30 times at that arm length. Very impressive. Played at Texas State. I know he got some mini camp invites, and I'm not sure if he made it past that, but honestly, he'd probably have to lose some weight at 370, but another guy they can possibly bring in for the practice squad if they need to and test him out and see if he can develop him into something. Now, I haven't mentioned any really big veteran names that are free agents. I think a lot of people have highlighted that, hey, you know, these guys probably don't want to be coming to the Patriots right now. They're probably waiting. These guys are probably staying on the sidelines, trying to get as healthy as possible, and just honestly wait for probably a big injury towards the end of the year, go for a playoff contender. You know, they have the leverage. I'm a veteran NFL player. The team just lost their left or right tackle going into the playoffs, and they're just going to jump in and give it a shot. There's a few out there I like, but a couple to highlight would probably be DJ Humphries. Had a bad knee injury last year, experienced left tackle, former first rounder. If I'm doing the math on when he hurt his knee, he should be pretty close right now. And I mean, like, this would probably be on the early side, but I think at his weight and his age, maybe another week or two. But DJ Humphries would be an option. So maybe in November, you might be able to see him come out. Another one to keep an eye on would be DJ Fluker, which I know he's up there in age, but at the guard position, that guy is an absolute monster when he can play. 6'5", 342. I mean, absolute vicious offensive lineman. If that left guard position just doesn't get healthy, you know, DJ Fluker could be somebody you bring in the next few weeks. Maybe get him on the practice squad. Give him some time, get up to speed. Then at least you have a guy out there besides Mike who's had more than a year or two at the NFL level. And of course, there's plenty of other names to talk about, but these are my top guys. Most of them obviously being rookies or second or third year guys that still have some ceiling. I'd really like them to possibly consider going after Josiah Insrium just because of his build, his athletic talent, and he's still so raw. And the Patriots have actually shown so far that they've been able to grab guys and put them in there and at least get them up to speed. You know, hats off to Scott Peters there. But if you have somebody who's that big and that physical as a rookie, probably not a bad idea. Same thing with McClendon Curtis. I know he's been in the league for 1 year, but another guy who can play guard, tackle, big physical dude. Jennings seems like an obvious option since they brought him in on a 30 visit already. But yeah, there's also just some bigger dudes that are monsters that, you know, very similar to Caleb Jones, which is if you can get them moving and playing correctly, there's just sheer size and power and build become valuable, right? You got Amin Dankwa, Mike Edwards being a massive dude. You got Bray Walker, who's gargantuan. Stephen Jones, who somehow is still going under the radar. The guy had a really great record at Oregon playing guard and tackle. I'm surprised he's not on a 53-man roster. Anyway, those are my names. So anyway, what do you guys think of these names? Do you think they should go after any of them? What should be the game plan? Is there anybody I really missed that's obvious? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.